Nation, welcome back to Steel City Live. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. I hope you all enjoyed your holiday weekend. We are back here and ready to roll, man. And it's pretty cool to be back here. Had a little weekend off, rejuvenated, ready to start to talk Pittsburgh Steelers. And just a lot of excitement building over the weekend for me with this team and listening to some of the things that are going on and just listening to just things that I see out there in this media world. And I'm got to tell you, I'm really getting excited about this ball club. And I hope you are too. And I really think that there are some things that could be pretty good for this team in 2024. And I feel like a lot of people are out there discounting this ball club. But the more I look at it, the better I feel. We'll say that. So we're going to dive into this thing called the Pittsburgh Steelers and try to get moving here on Monday? Memorial Day. Yeah. Definitely Monday, the Memorial Day. But anyway, guys, we're here. What's up, Sean? What's up, TD? What's up, D? I hope everybody again had a awesome weekend here now as we are starting to wrap up, ready to kick back into the week 2 of organized team. Organized team stuff here. So yeah, we're getting ready to roll. I'm a little bit tongue tied. Haven't been on here in a couple days, and it's like, got to get back in the groove, man. Again, no morning upload today just because, hey, it was the weekend, holiday weekend. We're getting back into everything. D is on time. What's up, buddy? Yes, no doubt. What's up, Sean? I'm surprised, Sean, you're awake. I thought you was working, cuzzo. But you're here, the trooper. What's up, George? Yeah, hopefully everybody can hear me. I did drop my mic down a little bit because I felt like sometimes it projects a little bit too loud. So I wanted to bring it down here a little bit. Again, once I get into more stable living environment here, I'll be able to get the studio going, put everything back on the arm, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to attach anything to these desks here in an Airbnb, so... you're adjusting. Thank you, bro. Yeah, hey, dude, night shift is tough, guys. If you've ever worked, Mike dropped his mic down. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that didn't sound, that was crazy. Weekend been great. Beer's still flowing. That's awesome, dude. I hope you guys had an awesome one, man. I hope you all are still partying it up with friends and family here on Memorial Day. Sorry, guys, I had a little bit of white fuzz on my hat. Kind of make me crazy. We had a hell of a storm move through real quick, just like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh shit, we're about to have no power, no lights, no nothing. But it was just like really on one side of town, everything was going crazy. I thought it was coming this way, and then boom, it didn't. So 'tis the season, guys. We're getting into summer here. You know how that shit rolls, especially here in the Northeast when you're dealing with a lot of humidity. It's real humid here. Those of you that live in the Northeast, it's just like a sticky, weird, nasty, humid feeling most of the time here. You do get your dry heat type days, but it's not like that usually. It's usually high humidity. You walk outside, you sweat your ass off here, and it's kind of crazy. D had fun Saturday and Sunday, but the landlord's griefing me today. Hell yeah, dude. Party it up. Get it in while you can. No doubt about it. Yeah, we're in this Airbnb here, man, and it's like we didn't really do too much. We just kind of laid low. Been eating out all the time. I'm so sick of eating out. Like, we got a nice kitchen and stuff here. It's like that, but... It's like, man, I hate to buy a shit ton of groceries, put them in the house, and then you got to move them, whenever it's time. We don't got too much longer here. We have till like June something here, so like right at the beginning of June. So we'll be up out of this Airbnb then. So it is what it is. But as always, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure, though, hitting that like button is the most important thing for us as you send us out into the YouTube algorithm. Here on Steel City Live, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. As always, we're here for our weekday show, man, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're always diving in live. I want to talk a little bit today here on the Memorial Day episode, a little bit of Patrick Queen, a little bit of Payton Wilson. I also want to talk about Coach Z, Zach Azani, and that wide receiving room a little bit, and dive into that just a hair, and maybe take a look at George Pickens a little bit. I do want to do that. Also, I want to talk about a new hire in the scouting department for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we'll start off there. They hire Jim Knoll. Jim Knoll's going to be kind of an area scout, is what they call them in the NFL, guys. He has a lot of experience. Most recently, he was the northeastern part of the country for the Browns as a scout. He spent 3 years there. Guy from West Point Military Academy. Played some college ball at West Point. So that's a cool thing here on a Memorial Day, getting a veteran type guy. A guy from a military school, with ties to that. So that's cool too. He played for Boston College. It had, a decent career there from 2009 to 2012. But since then has worked in through the scouting department ranks, and he was with the Chiefs. He spent I'm not sure exactly how many years there, but a few years there. Ended up being a pro scout there when he left. So he's been around. So that's another exciting addition, guys. I know it's not monster, earth-shattering news or anything, but I want to deliver that all to you guys here, as Steeler Nation likes to hear everything. And you add quality people to your scouting department, quality veteran people that have been around the block. That's what you're looking at. I also want to talk about Deshaun Watson saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers are the Browns' major rival, their number one rival. Well, there has to be a rivalry there. You can't get your ass stomped 95% of the time and call that a rivalry, in my opinion, anyway. What's up, Tyrone? What's up, Ali Howard? Yeah, man, nothing much, nothing so far, Tyrone. Just gabbing, just talking a little bit about stuff here, what we're going to go over. So, just topics that I had in mind. I talked about the Steelers hiring Jim Knoll, a veteran scout, to that scouting department, going to be an area scout for the Steelers also. That is the position that he has been appointed to, and he's also been with like Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, shit like that. So you look at these scouts, and when they hire these scouts, I think the biggest emphasis on that is when you're looking at who they hire is how many connections does this scout have throughout the country? Just in my eyes, because I think that makes it better for your hire as scouts. You want to hire scouts that have connections a little bit of places, everywhere. Just so you get tips on guys, man. You get maybe some inside tips that, hey, look at this guy that may not be getting looked at, hey, take a look at this guy that maybe people were scared of because of an injury or maybe a legal issue or something. You want those inside tips, man, and I'm really appreciative of the Pittsburgh Steelers hiring quality guys in the scouting department. They already have guys like Ike Taylor, man. So this is how foundations are built, to build quality organizations. And it starts with these little tiny things, man, the whole way through. And it's something we all should just pay a little bit of attention to, because when you build the bases, when you build the building blocks, it starts to show on the football field, and it starts to show in a big way. And you had many people writing this Pittsburgh Steelers team off in the offseason when this quarterback room flipped, when, the inside linebacker position may not have looked so great. But yet, here they are. People are starting to talk about them. You look at this rookie class, and whom did I tell you that I think was going to be the biggest steal of the 2024 NFL draft? And that is Payton Wilson. And you're starting to hear people talk about him. I mean, even more than ever now that OTAs are going on. And you're starting to hear teammates like a Patrick Queen talk about Payton Wilson. I think we're going to, if everything pans out the way I think it will for Payton Wilson, I think you are going to see the league's best rookie, man. I really, truly do. I think this guy is going to come in there and play like his hair's on fire, and he's going to light people up, and he's going to make big, big plays. And I think the Steelers know what they have in him, and they're going to put him in situations that he is going to succeed, and succeed in a big way, in splash-type plays. And I'm really excited to see Payton Wilson, man. Really, really exciting. You're hearing a lot of analysts out there talking about him, and the buzz is really getting hyped up right now about a Payton Wilson, guys. And this guy's got a dynamic to him that I don't think any other linebacker in this draft had. especially an inside type guy. I think he is versatile enough to do things too that are going to be exotic and special. And I don't think that every inside linebacker can do that, especially in your rookie year. It takes linebackers 2-3 years to really get going, guys. And that is something that usually is the case for most inside linebackers. But I think Payton Wilson has the dynamic and the athleticism and the intelligence to be able to just come right in and hit the ground running. I hear they talk about Juju, what up with his knee. Guys, let's talk about Juju real quick here and get that out of the way. Tyrone Johnson brought that up. Good to have you, Tyrone, as always, brother. Juju is one of those guys that spent some time here in Pittsburgh. We all know that. And he was loved by the city, by a good bit of the fan base. Everybody had a good time, with Juju. He seemed like a very cool dude. But Juju had great production, I feel like, when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He wasn't a bad ball player. He wasn't a bad pass catcher. He is now a veteran-type guy that's been with the Chiefs, that's been to New England. And you're starting to hear maybe a buzz about maybe getting him back and what that would take for the Pittsburgh Steelers to bring him back into the fold. I got to tell you guys that he wouldn't be my first choice. And if you add a guy like Juju back again, you're adding a guy with the knee injury, as Tyrone put out, with that injury, and we all know it, and he knows it, and you're bringing another guy that's a 4 or 5 depth piece guy. He ranks fourth and fifth on the depth chart now, maybe third at best right now at this part of Juju's career. Considering the injury, considering how he's played here of the last couple of years, I just don't think Juju is that guy you're looking for. Would it be a bad move if that was the only piece out there that you could bring in the wide receiver room? No, probably not. But how is that knee? It's got to check out. You really can't bring a guy like Juju back until that medical's really clear and you can see exactly what you got there. That would be the biggest thing that the Steelers are going to have to look at. But is it wise to continue to just bring in guys that don't rank any higher than best case scenario third on the depth chart? Is that what you're really looking for? And we're going to talk about this wide receiver room, and we'll talk about that first. But as always, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live. Let's send this show out into the YouTube algorithm, and we'll get back into your comments here. But we're going to talk about Zach Azzanni, the new wide receiver coach this year in 2024 for your Pittsburgh Steelers, and what he is going to be able to do and maybe what impact he has had already as the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver coach, and what this could potentially mean and how this room is going to develop. Let's get back and get some of your comments down, guys. Ali says that scouting team had a lot of new faces. I'm glad. Absolutely, Ali. That is the basis. That is where it starts, guys. That is where it starts. In that front office, in the scouting department, that's where it starts to begin. That's where all these guys, the Omar Khans, the Andy Weidels, the Mike Tomlins, that's where they get their information, man. They're leaning on their scouts. That is where they get it all. They don't got time to go and watch these guys, every one of them. No, they are looking for your scouts to find these diamonds in the rough. Find your Corey Trices, guys in the 7th round. Derek Watts or whatever, you know what I mean? Guys that are late round picks, injury histories, things like that. Guys that have issues, people are overlooking, and just regular guys out there. Is this a guy of high character that we're going to want? You look at this year's draft in 2024, and I told you, and I stand behind this, I think Caleb Williams is going to be a monumental monster bust. One of the biggest busts in NFL history. It's going to rank up there with a Jamarcus Russell type bust in my eyes. I think Caleb Williams is way overhyped. I think he is not what they think they got. And I heard some reports that he hasn't looked so well throwing a football without any damn pass rush. Now, let's talk about that later down the road once he plays some games, but I really do think that it's not going to pan out very well for him. So you want these guys in the scouting department to make sure that these teams or these players are really, really thoroughly looked at. TD, scouts are where the team begins. Amen, man. D, you can definitely have one-sided rivalries. OU and OSU has historically been one-sided, but there's definitely a rivalry. Yeah, that always burns me, D. I always get so upset about that when they're like, yeah, these are rivalry games. And it's like, shouldn't they be like down the middle? I don't know. I guess you're right. Yeah, there are probably some one-sided rivalries. Look at the Steelers have owned the Ravens too. Look at the Steelers and Ravens record here the last couple years. Lamar Jackson seems to be not doing very well when he comes up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I guess there you go. The Steelers have beat the Ravens more in big moments than the Ravens have beat the Steelers in big moments. I can say that. So, hey, we'll go from there. Mark Malone, he's going to be a force. I agree. What's up, Russ? Hey, Russ, I still got a lot of your comments to answer. I just seen, I took a break this weekend and I was looking through that right before the show on my app and I seen your comments. Have no fear, my friend. I will be replying. Everett Kirkland, Fitzpatrick was teaching Justin how to read a safety. He needs to, Everett, because Justin Fields has a major deficiency there. A major deficiency. Definitely a major deficiency. And when you can't tell where those safeties are and you're not able to process that and your vision is poor, you cannot succeed at the NFL level at a quarterback position. And it doesn't matter what system you're in. It doesn't matter who's around you in terms of talent. If you can't have the vision, if you can't read the defenses, it just doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work. Those knees been bad since Pittsburgh. No thanks. We need juice. Who's you talking about for the knees? Oh, Juju. Okay. Yeah, I'm not big on Juju anymore, guys. Sean, I keep reading about Eagles fans getting excited over the fact that Pickett is outperforming Jalen. We're talking about practice. Kenny can't play under pressure. Kenny Pickett has no intestinal fortitude. And I agree with Sean there. He can't play under pressure in my eyes because he don't push the damn ball down the field. You live in your fears. Maybe if Kenny all of a sudden says to himself, I'm going to push the ball down the field. I'm not going to be scared to death to make a mistake. Maybe he becomes good. I don't know. But Kenny Kitten Mittens right now doesn't strike me as a guy that got a lot of nuts, got a lot of kahunas, man. It's just not my thing. Kenny Pickett just ain't that dude. When you run away from a challenge, I ain't got nothing for you. And Jalen Hurts is a franchise guy. Jalen Hurts can perform at quarterback. Jalen Hurts is the real deal in my eyes. I like Jalen Hurts a lot. Because why? I think he's a stand-up young man, first and foremost. And that matters to me. It matters to me a great deal when you're dealing with your franchise quarterback. Jalen Hurts is a dude, man. He's a stand-up guy. He's not a flashy dude. He doesn't try to be an asshole. He is a great young man. So we'll give him that. And he's a phenomenal athlete, and he's strong as an ox. I mean, that kid has been a workout machine since he was little. And Jalen Hurts is the real deal, and the Eagles got one. We have enough Juju-type players. Yes, Russ. Amen. What's up, Justin Meneke? Everett, no, don't bring him back. He was washed up just like Robinson. Yeah, Everett, I think you would be in that situation, like an Allen Robinson type situation if you bring back Juju. And again, I'm not sure about his injury. That knee scares me off. Hit that like, only 5 hit. Yeah, guys, let's hit the shit out of that like button. We're almost at 100 viewers. Let's make sure we light that like button up to get us through the YouTube algorithm here on a Memorial Day. I'm Jason. This is Steel City Live, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some days we go at 7:30 when I'm joined by my boy Sean. So those, though, we'll announce in the community section. They say he's looking bad so far. Hi, George and everyone else. Having a hard time reading, busting my glasses. Oh, shit, man. That sucks. Zach is pushing George Pickens. Yeah, I think so. I think Zach has challenged George, and I think George is rising to that. Pickett is a pantsing testicular fortitude. Jalen Hurts is your ideal franchise quarterback. He's mine, Russ. Yeah. I would like a little bit more in terms of throwing the football. I think he will continue to develop to do that. But I really love the guy. I love the way the guy is built. I just like the way he is as a whole person. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback to me. Do I like run-first quarterbacks? No, but I think Jalen Hurts can stand in there and throw the football. But I think he still has a lot of room to grow and a lot of development ahead of him. Don't bring back Juju. Steelers only want over the hill ass Benz at quarterback. Yeah, right now they got a 35-year-old. I don't think bringing back Juju is the answer, though, guys. All right. Had to get that drink here on Steel City Live. Those likes, we got to get them up. Let's hit that like button, guys. But we were talking a little bit about that wide receiver room and maybe the thought of bringing a guy like a Juju Smith-Schuster back. I don't think that's the answer. Again, you're adding more depth pieces as opposed to going out and finding yourself an actual superstar to play along beside George Pickens. And if you can't do that right now, if you're Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin, Andy Weidel, if you cannot do that, don't waste your resources, guys. Don't bring people in that are more of what you got. I know a lot of people are high on Quez Watkins, guys like that. I'm not particularly. I've seen too many drops from Quez. I've seen too many things to where he doesn't battle and go up and go get that football. That matters to me in big situations. I feel like if you're not going to be one of those guys that can go up and high point and battle for a football, especially in the NFL, I have no use for you. And I feel like he lacks aggression in that category. That's just my opinion from watching his tape. I feel like he has tremendous speed. I feel like he drops a lot of footballs too. I'm not sure exactly of statistics in that area, but it seems that he has dropped some balls in some big moments from what I've seen from a guy that's looked from the outside in on teams that he was with, the Eagles. So it's like, you look at that Super Bowl drop. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan. I think he has a lot to prove. And do I think Quez could step up to be a number 2? No way. I don't even think he could get up to a number 3 level, if you ask me. But I think you do have some talent in a guy like Calvin Austin. But I think, again, guys, I've talked to you all about maybe he gets limited opportunities and maybe it's hard for him to prove himself. I like Calvin Austin a lot. I hope that he does work out. But inside of an Arthur Smith offense, I worry that he may be the odd man out in certain situations and not get the reps that would be required for him to make a real statement in year 3. That would be my worry for Calvin Austin. But you look at a Roman Wilson, a guy that was just drafted. Can he step up to be the number 2? I don't know if he's performing well enough right now in OTAs and football and shorts, so I can't really give you a definitive statement there on whether I think he will. I have high hopes for him. I think he will turn into something, but when he does, I'm not exactly sure. Is it mid-season 2024? Is it the beginning of 2025? You know, those types of things. It's very hard to come out at a skill position and be, balls out, on fire, crazy, doing it up. It's very hard for that to happen. So, these guys are third-round guys. He was drafted in the 3rd round, so we'll have to just see how he develops. Again, we've had it brought up already that Azani, Coach Z, is really pushing a guy like George Pickens, according to many reports. And I'm wondering how George is taking it. And so far, it seems as such that he is, and that he is stepping up to be that guy. So we will see exactly how that all unfolds. But I think George Pickens has the ability to be a Justin Jefferson type superstar. I really, truly believe that. And you can take that to the bank, and I'll stand behind that statement. I think George Pickens has the athletic ability, has the catch ability, and has the real aggressive nature that I like to see out of my wide receivers. And he doesn't take no shit. He's not going to get pushed around. He'll push you back. He'll punch you in the mouth kind of deal. And I like that. I want a feisty, hard-nosed type wide receiver. I don't want none of these I'm afraid to get touched type guys. I want a guy that goes out there and battles. And I think George Pickens is a guy you can trust with 50-50 balls. A guy that you can throw into double coverage with. Because why? George fights for the football. And that was something I talked about a guy like Quez Watkins not doing. And I think that that's the issue, guys. I think that that's what you're looking for here. But Coach Z, man, they're saying that he's really showing, showing out here for George Pickens, really pushing him to be that number one, really just really trying to drive him to be motivated. And I got to say, guys, I'm really, really pleased with that. I think that is something very, very special, that they are getting a tight bond, and you can see George responding well. I was worried about that. You got Coach Z coming in, replacing a guy like a Frisbin Jackson, whom I think had no control over that room. You saw how those wide receivers acted last year, led by a douchebag in Deontay Johnson. In my opinion, Deontay Johnson just wasn't that dude, in my opinion. He wasn't a Steeler. Just my eyes. Just my opinion. Everybody has their own, and that's okay. But that's what we're here to do, is talk Steelers, talk it out, man, and, hear everybody's thoughts. What's up, Roberta? Hi, Steeler Nation. Hope everyone is having a good Memorial Day. Talking Steelers. Amen. Russ says Roman Wilson will only drop the ball one time at Michigan. Hey, man, that's what we need. Sure hands, TD. I think we wait till June 1st and see who gets cut to look for a wide receiver that may become available. Yeah, I don't know if a cut guy is who I want. Maybe a good guy gets cut. You're probably right. But, yeah, you got to wait, guys. I've been telling you over and over here for the last couple weeks. I know, because we were all excited, like, when are the Steelers going to make that move? And like TD says, like Tom says, got to wait, guys. And I've been telling you, you got to wait until after June 1st. That's when something will happen. Will it happen, though, June 2nd? Maybe not. It might happen in July, but you're going to have to wait until after June 1st, because nothing happens until after that. And that is pretty damn close. That's 4 days away. And you're going to see this Steelers team become aggressive, and you're going to start to see them linked to many. It's just going to start popping up again. You're going to see the Ayuk bullshit pop up, the Debo shit pop up. You're going to see the Cortland Sutton shit pop up. You're going to see all those rumors resurface. What's up, Abe? Corey Trice looking good. He is looking good so far. He's in a knee brace. He isn't cleared to do everything. But, again, he's out there with this team, and that's big, man. What's up, Miss Pittsburgh? Wave your terrible towels. Russ, I won't freak if we don't get another receiver, utilize tight end running backs out of the backfield. I think Wilson can be a number two. I think Wilson will develop into a number two. It'll be the question of when. That's the question. And I agree with you, Russ. I won't be over the top going crazy either, because I think you can utilize a Pat Freiermuth in a big slot position type role. I think you can utilize Darnell Washington. And I really, really think people sleep on Connor Heyward. Guys, he has some athletic ability. He's scored a touchdown in the NFL. He has done things in the regular season. He has just got limited opportunities. And I think Connor Heyward is a guy that is greatly overlooked. I think he could really, really be a valuable asset for the Pittsburgh Steelers if he plays a Dallas Clark type role. Some of you that may not know Dallas Clark, go back and watch his Indianapolis Colts highlights with a Peyton Manning. I think that you could see something like that out of a Connor Heyward. I think he fits that mold, and I think he presents a matchup problem for inside linebackers, for guys that definitely he can beat like that. Line him up a little bit in that H-back role and let him roll, man, and give him some chances and let him, control the football a little bit. Let him go and see what he can do. I really, really like Connor Heyward. I really do. I've been busy, so I've been moving, y'all. Moving is for the birds. Dude, I got to do it again, man. I just put everything in storage not long ago, as you all know. And here at the beginning of the month, when we buy the new house, man, dude, I got to do it again. Shit. I know it, man. Moving sucks. I feel for you, girl. I feel for you. Corey Johnson. Go Browns. Whoa. Corey, if you're still in here, let's talk about that, Corey. Your boy Deshaun Watson says that the Steelers are the number one rival of the Cleveland Browns. I have a question. How can you be a rival of a team if you don't win games against them? Just saying, one win here and there that don't make rivalries. I'm just busting your nuts. But I'm just saying, Deshaun Watson ain't never beat the Steelers. I don't know how he could be a rival either. Sean says, I heard JPJ was getting the best of Roman. Roman lacks the size and strength. Lots of work to do with Roman. Yeah, You can't tell much right though now, Sean, in terms of those types of things like aggression and shit, because they have no pads on. They're not really going full contact. JPJ, he's going to lock up a lot of dudes. He's going to follow the number one wide receiver. So getting reps against JPJ in any format is only going to benefit Roman. But I think in a game situation or a full contact situation, I think that it might be slightly a little bit different. But again, JPJ, he's our number one dude. I definitely think Roman has some deficiencies that he's going to have to work out. And yes, getting a little bit lower is something that he really has to focus on. He plays a little bit way too high. And he's going to have to get his stance down and the way he runs his routes and things and bring his body level, his pad level down a little bit. And maybe that helps him in some of those situations that you're talking about. But he definitely is going to have to do some work. We'll see how it all plays out, though. Receivers are loving Zach Azani. Said he's in your face on every play and very demanding. You got to have a guy in that room that's kind of like that, but a guy that isn't just a screamer, guys. And here's my thing with some football coaches, even at the youth level, at the high school level, middle school level, I don't know about college as much, but you look at some of these coaches and their first thing is like, go run. They're screamers. They want to scream at you, but they don't want you to know what you're doing wrong. And I think that sometimes we as coaches, because I coach too, you get so involved and you get so animated and you're just like wanting things to go right so badly that you get into those situations. So it's definitely understandable. But I think we as coaches we got to slow down a little bit. And yes, I want to see you in their face because I think that teaches discipline and teaches you not to be a soft-ass, candy-ass person. Because I think if you're soft, you ain't going to do nothing either. I think you need to have that discipline, but I think yet you need to be able to cut that screen down and identify the issue and explain what you're looking for out of them, out of the ball player too. And I think that's a fine line coaches have to walk. And it's very, very, very difficult for, coaches to do those types of things, man. And it is hard. And I'm around a lot of youth coaches, and God bless them, giving their time, volunteering to do this, to teach our youth how to play the wonderful game of football. But it is such a hard job, and I applaud all our youth coaches, especially with the team I'm with, that I coach with. A bunch of great guys, bunch of guys that love football, love kids, and really bust their ass. So we all got to figure it out, try to figure out the best way we can explain to them exactly what we're looking for. Sorry, I got off of base there a little bit. Oh, thank you, Miss Pittsburgh, with a super chat. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Much, much appreciated. Thank you. Miss Pittsburgh coming in. Everett Kirkland Jennings is holding OTA for 49ers also. He's holding out of OTAs. Okay. Another on Caleb, another Johnny Football. I think he will be. I think he's going to be disaster. Corey Johnson, times have changed. I'm just happy the division is competitive again. Yeah, Corey, I got to admit that too, man. I am too. I love it when every team is good. And I know it's fun sometimes, man, when teams get beat up on within the division by, divisional opponents. But honestly, guys, what's the most fun is to go into every damn game, every divisional game, and it feels like a playoff game. That's what you want inside of your division, guys. And you want the other teams to be good because, man, it battle tests you too. And when you get to the playoffs or you get to these tough regular season games against opponents that may seem far superior than your team, I think you're battle tested, and I think that it gives you a little bit extra oomph. And I like how the Steelers are going to finish up because I think if you can really finish solid, whatever team in the AFC North really goes on a run there in that back half of the season, I think they're really going to do well inside of the playoffs, and I really, really believe that because I think there are 4 quality teams inside of this division that are going to be really, really tough opponents. Everett Kirkland, Connor Heyward is nice. He should get more plays. I think so. Let's celebrate the third super on a live stream. Amen. Yes, that's Miss Pittsburgh's third super for live stream. So very much thanks to Miss Pittsburgh, one of our loyal listeners. Truly, truly appreciate you as always. TD, I think Steelers fans don't feel the Browns are a rivalry. It's only a rivalry for those that can't win. I do think at times we don't. And I do still get hyped for Browns week, and I think the Browns have greatly improved. I think they overpaid for Deshaun Watson. I don't think he's going to be the guy that they are looking for. I really just don't. But they are competitive. They have an excellent defense in Cleveland, a defense that is pretty damn nasty. And I do think that you have Myles Garrett that's a little bit overblown. He doesn't do much against the Steelers, at least, over the years watching him. I feel like the Steelers handle him pretty well. I'm not sure about the other teams in the division, but, when you have no sacks and Nick Herbig has more sacks in the final 7 games of the season than the Defensive Player of the Year, there's a problem considering Nick Herbig plays like 4 defensive snaps a game. Let's go, people. Let's hit that shit out of that like button and subscribe. And Sheridan, the best show in town, is here. Amen, Miss Pittsburgh. Absolutely. Let's hit that like button, guys. Here for us on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm Jason. We are here every weekday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now I think it's going to be Thursday, right, Sean? I think we're going to do Thursdays. Sean and I will be on. So Sean and I will be 7:30, I believe, on Thursdays. I think that's how we figured it out. Let me know, Sean, if that's what we were doing. I believe that's what we were doing. What's up? How's your day going? Great, thanks. Clips. Walter Lemley, happy Memorial Day, Jason. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate you. Thank you, and happy Memorial Day to you also. Lee, I love when the division is good and we're winning. I love it. Well, I just love football, guys. I know you see that. I love it. I eat it. I breathe it. I sleep it. I watch it constantly. I love football. I can't get enough of football. Yeah, it's just something that's awesome, man. And it's the best sport that we have. It's so fun to do. So fun to watch. So fun to coach. So fun to play. It's just something, especially later in my life, especially when I hit to be like 30, that I just really just loved football more than anything, especially just Steeler football, pro level football. I've not ever really been much for college, but man, pro football is just awesome. Miss Pittsburgh is the queen of Mic Drop Sports. Yep, she is our queen, our resident mayor. Sean Chandler, I believe this Pittsburgh Steelers team will have more wins and less losses. Well, we all hope so. Russ says, I bet by the 4th game, Browns bench Watson. You never know. Might happen, man. Might happen. No doubt about it. For sure. No doubt. Hold on. I'm going to pin Miss Pittsburgh's comment saying, let's go Steelers. There we go. New pin comment for you. Let's go Steelers Nation. Luke Mucky, Steelers even with a tough schedule is going to be great this year. All the pieces coming together. Guys, I gotta give it to you, and I have a note right here on my page, right at the top, about that and exactly what you're saying. It says this team will be a team to watch, and I've wrote that several times, and I've not really said it as much. But I write it on my little notepad here. I got to say, I really like the way that this team is starting to come together. And I know it's early. And trust me, I am a big opponent of people crowning people in the preseason. I learned my lesson last year with Kenny Pickett and them preseason games. Learned my lesson in a big way. But I really like the way this Steelers team's coming together because I think this 2024 draft class is going to be really good. I really, truly believe that. And then I look back at 2023, and I got to say, I think that was a special class. Getting Joey Porter Jr. where you got him at pick 32, I felt like was a big deal because Joey Porter Jr. is a monster corner and a first-round talent. And I think that he's going to be able to be really physical and play a really Steeler-type brand of football in year 2. And I think that you're going to be pleasantly surprised, pleasantly pleased as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan to watch how much teams go away from guys like Joey Porter Jr. They're not going to want to throw toward him. They're going to make sure that they don't mess around. They're going to F around and find out type deal with Joey Porter Jr. And I really think that that's going to prove to be big. Because I think if you could get a guy that has a similar body type, and they have him on this football team, Corey Trice is one of them. I think that if you could find a guy that matches up well, the same type of body style, that same physicality level at the line of scrimmage, doesn't allow a receiver to beat them on that first step and really causes some disruption at the line, I think that you could really, really be good. Especially on the defensive side of the football, because why, guys? You added guys like Patrick Queen, you have a Landon Roberts, maybe Cole Holcomb ends up being okay. You have Payton Wilson, a guy who I think will be the absolute biggest steal of this draft in 2024. I think you have a back end in Minkah Fitzpatrick. I pass rushers at an elite level. TJ Watt. I think Nick Herbig is going to be a superstar. I do think they have a deficiency up front, especially at the nose tackle position. We'll see how that all irons its way out. But Keanu Benton, maybe he could add some size on. I'm not sure. We'll see how this all plays out again. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are exciting on defense. We'll see how the offensive side goes. I have high hopes for an Arthur Smith offense. But we'll see. But what I wanted to talk about was that Patrick Queen deal. It's all over the news today, and then I seen that before I came on here. So I want to talk about that. Let me get a drink before we dive into the Patrick Queen thing. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button while I'm getting a drink here for Steel City Live. I'd appreciate it. All right. But like what I was saying, you heard what Patrick Queen did. He took less money to come with the Steelers. So, according to Patrick Queen, there's about 15 teams showing interest in Patrick this offseason. Some offering way more money, the tune of $17, $18 million a year. That's where I thought he would go. I thought he would go for $17 million. I thought that would have been, where he sat. And I think many other websites and many other analysts thought so too. Well, I'm not an analyst, but I get, other podcasters thought so too. That he was going to get that kind of money. And he could have. But what did he do? He narrowed it down to 5 teams. There were 5 teams left in the bucket, some paying $4 or $5 million more. And what do the Pittsburgh Steelers do? They ink him to a 4-year, $41 million, right? 3 or 4. 41 million. 4 years, $41 million. That was way less than what he was projected to make. And he came here because why? He thinks this team can win now, guys. That's the big thing. That's the positive. That you're seeing an NFL player think that this is a team that can win now. He didn't want to go to a team that was rebuilding. He didn't want to go to a team that was a what if kind of maybe. He didn't care about going and just getting paid. He could have did that. But he wants to win, and he wants to win now. And when you come to a franchise like the Steelers, you expect to win, at least be good, and be in the mix every year, and there's a chance. And that shows a lot to me about Patrick Queen, a guy that cares more about winning than he does about his pockets. Yes, he makes a shit ton of money. There ain't no doubt about that. But he could have made a hell of a lot more, in the tune of $4 or $5 million per year more. That's a hell of a lot of bread, guys. He left about $20 million on the table. $20 million. That's a lot. Let's keep going. Russ, friends get mad at me. A lot of biker friends because won't go ride if Steelers are on. My life revolves around the Steelers schedule. Mine does too, dude. And we'll go to church and I'm like, look, everybody wants to go out to lunch. I'm like, no, car, now, we're out. We go right home because the Steelers coming on at 1. I do my show. We got to go. I go praise the Lord, and then we're out, baby. We got to go watch the Steelers. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Walter, any thoughts on how long Cam saga continues? Walter, I don't know if there is any saga. I think that what's going to happen is Cam gets his money this year, without a doubt. I don't think they're even going to tinker with it. They have money available. They have others they can restructure. What I think is now they're going to figure out how they can keep him on and into the future, maybe a year or two more. And I think that's going to be dependent on what Cam will take. And I think it's going to be dependent on what kind of a condition he's in. He had a couple surgeries this offseason, and that's why I think he's not there. He's a veteran guy. I think he's just taking care of his body. And I think it's been blown out of proportion a little bit by Cam. And I think a lot of that is because he has a podcast and he gets clicks on it too, guys. We got to look at that whole broad picture, and it makes me wonder. That's all. I'm not saying that it is, but it makes me wonder if that's the case. So we'll see. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only on Mike Drop Sports. We truly, truly appreciate you coming through every single day for the show as we talk Steelers to NFL, and we just shoot the shit here, and your voice gets heard, so that's one good thing. Walter, I think CM signs before camp starts. Yeah, he might. Yeah, I don't know. I just think he'll get paid his money this year is what I think. Oh, yeah. You're probably right, though. This team is stacked and seems like more hungry this year and having more sense of urgency from players and coaches. Yeah, I think it's a win now type thing, man. A win now type thing. And I think you are seeing a cultural shift again, back toward a Steeler way. Didn't realize till last week Corey Trice is bigger than JPJ, and hearing Holcomb outcome is brighter now. Yeah, I've heard some good things about Holcomb, that he could possibly be, type like 85, 90% by the time camp kicks around. But getting over one of those types of injuries, we all have those high hopes, and the prognosis looks good. It's when you get to that last 10%, that last 5%, especially when you're dealing with that NFL level type athleticism, that's where it's going to come into play, man, big. And that's where you're really going to figure out what's going to go on with him into the future. I really hope for Cole that it does come about, no doubt about it. Smack that like button, Steeler Nation. Amen, guys. Let's get those likes up. I know there's more than 13 regular viewers inside of this chat right now. Let's make sure we hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I appreciate it. Epic Expedition. Sean says, Patrick Queen wanted to play in Pittsburgh because he wants to win one now. Yep, that's what he did say. Yeah, no doubt, man. He's ready to go. Do we realize both Queen and Patrick Wilson run 4.4? That's elite sideline to sideline speed. Been looking for since Shazier. Yeah, guys, that's why I say that Payton Wilson is going to be the biggest steal of this draft. And he is going to be able to make plays, especially if you put Patrick Queen, Payton Wilson out there at the same time. And like I tried to say at the beginning of the show, and now we have a lot more people in here, so I'll say it again. I think you're going to see Payton Wilson be able to be used in some exotic things, man. He's going to be able to be used in different ways, and I think that is going to be special. I think he is going to be able to be used in ways that we normally haven't been able to see the linebacker used. Why? Because you have two guys that are similar. We'll use Russ's analogy of a Shazier, that are similar to that athleticism, that are that quality of player on the field at one time. And hell, put three of them out there. Put a run thumper like an Landon Roberts out there with a run thumper and Patrick Queen, and a guy that goes sideline to sideline like a nightmare, blazing fast, wide receiver type speed. And I think that presents some serious issues. Because what can you do with Payton Wilson? You remember the Dick LeBeau days where blitzes came from every which way, dude. It was just the Blitzburgh, man. Blitzburgh, man. They're here. Every week you would see an exotic blitz package, and I think you're going to see some of that again this year. Because we're forgetting about a guy that already is there. TJ Watt, the best pass rusher in the NFL. And Alex Highsmith, who's not too shabby. But a guy that I have real high hopes for in Nick Herbig. I really like Nick Herbig, TJ Watt, Patrick Queen, and Payton Wilson, and Alex Highsmith all on the field at one time. That sounds real damn good to me. Real damn good. That's true with Queen, taking $5 million less to be here. He said he's never been on a losing team. Nope. Yeah, he don't want to be either. We're trying to have 3 safety, Elliott, KZ, Fitzpatrick, so he can play all over. Guys, yeah, you got to have good safety play from everybody around Minka. You got to have that. But last year, I thought what hurt the safeties a lot, guys, and I'm not sure if a lot of us saw it, was that inside linebacker room. Once it started to be so rough there in that position, injury riddled, that took a toll on the back end of the defense because they had to come down so much just to try to compensate in pass coverage and help out in the run and do their duties. They had so much going on, guys, and it was a real issue, man. To be able to see a Minkah Fitzpatrick, though, be able to play that role that he was able to when he first became a Pittsburgh Steeler several years ago, that ball hawk type role, I think you're going to see a lot more of those exciting splash plays from Minkah again here in 2024, and I think that is going to prove to be pretty evident early and often in the 2024 season. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick will have a all-pro type year this year. I think this is going to be a monster year statistically for Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's super smart, super intelligent. He eats and sleeps football. A real team guy, a guy that just comes to work every day with his hard hat on. I truly believe you're going to see monster numbers from Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's on my list of Steelers to watch this year. I think you should really be looking out for Minkah Fitzpatrick. This is defensively. I think you should be looking out for Minkah. I think you should be looking out for Payton Wilson and Patrick Queen. And I also think you should be looking out for a Joey Porter Jr. I think they are all going to have monster years, guys. Monster years. Russ watched tape on Payton Wilson run. That guy, he did. That was like the fastest ever at South Carolina on the GPS. Beer Miles, what's up, man? Yeah, been watching that tape on Queen. This dude's in on every tackle, aggressive style, similar to Palomalu style, but he's a linebacker, no doubt. Next podcast, can you talk about Roman Wilson? Yeah, we can talk about him now. Actually, R.I.P. Lucid. We can talk about him here in 1 second. Let me catch up the chat. Beer Malls, let's effing go. Agreed on Payton Wilson's speed and linebackers is excellent. Ryan Dord, do we need anything about Perrine, the running back we scooped up for special teams guys, practice squad guys? Yeah, LaMichael Leprine, that's all he is, guys, is a depth piece move. A guy that was picked up from the Kansas City Chiefs after he was cut by them last week. Last week or the week before. He is simply a depth piece move, guys. Don't have really any high hopes for him, but he is a veteran guy. Can play a little bit of special teams. He had like 50-some special team snaps last year in 2023. Look for him to not be a major contributor. Guys, they bring a lot of these players in to eat up reps in camp. There's a lot of reps that are going to be going around this summer, and you got to have them made up by some other players other than your stars. And Jalen Moore and Najee Harris just ain't going to eat up all those reps. And I understand about gelling and coming together. I get that, but there will be ample opportunity for that and plus some. So they got to divvy those reps out a little bit. Special teams, special plays, special players. I like all special. In my opinion, this defense will mirror the 08 team and only allow 13 to 17 points a game. Boy, wouldn't that be nice in today's NFL? That would be super nice. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Hey, everyone. What's up? Happy Monday. All right, let's talk a little bit about Roman Wilson. I've heard a lot about him, but nothing. He's not wowing people yet. But I don't want everybody to get overly concerned with this just yet, guys. He is a third-round pick, whom I think he should have been taken a little bit higher, but he is just in shorts and a helmet. Let's give him a little bit of time to develop. I think he does have high potential. As Russ pointed out earlier, he only dropped one pass in college. This guy got a lot of good, he's got a good catch radius, good hands, reliable hands. And I think he has the athleticism to be able to do some special things. Is he an instant number 2? I don't know, but maybe he develops into that by midseason, by maybe 2025. But the Steelers still have a major deficiency, and they need to fix it. They need to get one more wide receiver, but let's not hit the panic button if they don't, because I think they'll still be okay with the system that they want to run. Don't forget Mooney. Oh, Darnell Mooney. Beer Malls, I'm hearing Lamar Jackson lost a little weight trying to gain his speed back if he decides to run it. I ain't scared. Lamar, our linebacking core, will snatch you up and heat-seeking missile. Absolutely. Guys, that's exactly Look at the quarterbacks that you play a lot now in the NFL. They usually have some speed, and that's why you have to have really fast inside linebacker play. That is one of the major reasons, and you can use those guys as a quarterback spy. Who better to have as a quarterback spy than a Patrick Queen or a Payton Wilson? Works pretty good when you're playing a Lamar Jackson. Russ Ryan, he only had like about a dozen runs in the NFL, 35 yards. So, yeah, he's a camp body. I'm looking forward to seeing the special teams phase being more relevant again, but could see the penalty flags flying more there too. That's from Sleeping Lady. Yeah, guys, I'm excited for it. This rule change, especially on the kickoff. I think the Steelers have some dynamic players. We've yet to see anybody even like a Cordell Patterson. You haven't even got to see him just yet as a Steeler. So I'm really excited, though, for that play and that play becoming relevant again. It does get kind of corny when it's just kickback, touchback, touchback, touchback. Yeah, it does get kind of corny. All right, guys, I'm going to get one last drink here. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We still only have way low numbers. Let's get those up, guys. All right. But again, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I'm Jason, and this is only on Mic Drop Sports. Every day we are live, and don't forget our morning uploads every day of the week. We didn't have one today, but it's Memorial Day. Hey, we got to do it up. What's up, crazy kid? Beer Malls, I hate the purple Baltimore Shield emblem, M&T Bank Stadium. Yeah, they're turds. Luke says, I think with Arthur Smith's system, we will be good with receiving core. Russ said, heard Mooney looks great at OTAs. D says, what was the rule change? It's going to be sweet seeing kickoff. Oh, the rule change with the kickoffs, D. They adopted the XFL's kickoff to where you line up. I think it's like the opponent's 35. You have a 10-yard gap in between. The kicker still kicks from where he normally does, but the ball is intended to be in play a little bit more due to some other ways the rule has changed. So the design is to promote more returns. I know they took the kickoff out of the game because they felt like it was an unsafe play with the way that it was just like you're coming down, hitting each other like a freight train. So the kickoffs ended up being touchbacks 90% of the time, nobody hitting anybody. But now they're trying to incorporate that again back into the game to make it a play with less high-speed collisions. But you're going to see some different players make the team, in my opinion, because I think you're going to have a little bit beefier guys. I think it's going to mean something for, more mid-sized type guys, to make this team on the special teams type of role. Yeah, it is going to be sweet. I'm ready to see kickoffs run back. No doubt about it. All right, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button, but most importantly, become a member of the Mic Drop Mafia. We have a giveaway coming up on June 14th. You can become a member by going to our channel page and scrolling over to the memberships and hitting join that way. Or you can go into the description section of this video and hit the join, and that will lead you right to the way you can join for 99 cents a month. Get yourself those cool emojis that we have. One of me, one of Sean, one of the terrible towels. We have many Steelers helmets. Also get yourselves the loyalty badges as the chat gets busier. Look for those loyalty badges to ensure that I'm, answering those ones quickly and efficiently. But again, guys, it gets you into those giveaways. And Miss Pittsburgh won 50 last month. So this month is going to be a mystery. It's between a big Super Bowl 40 plaque that's brand new in a wrapper, and also a mystery cash prize. We're going to kind of figure out a way to make it fun to do. So we'll see how we do that. Yes, let's hit that like button. Also, guys, let's hit that subscribe button as we continue to march toward our goal of 5,000 subscribers. We are getting there. We are way up over 3,200. I think we're headed toward 33 now. So let's get there. We only got like 1,400 more to go. So let's crack that up and really hit that subscribe button for us, because that'll be cool to hit that goal, because then we're going to change the format out of the shorts view probably, especially maybe when we have guests, and we're going to go into a different format for our live shows. So we talking, you get a speedster returning it. You could dart to the 45-yard line real quick. Yeah, Dude, there's a lot of potential here. I don't like adopting rules, though, from the XFL. I don't like adopting rules from a failed league. That's just my theory. Now, I am excited, though, that of the possibility of what it could bring to the NFL, but I don't want to see things brought in from failed experiments. That's where I get a little bit worried, guys. I definitely could see a problem happening there. Well, we're going to start wrapping up, but I want to talk about one more thing, and we've been kind of bringing it up through the show. And that is a lot of people overlooking these Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I want to hear what you guys think. What is your thoughts on this Steelers team this year? After we've been through a full week of OTAs and things really getting moving, we hit now week 2 of organized team activities. We get into that now that things are really rolling here through the offseason. You know the deficiencies of this team that still exists. But what do you think? Are you real confident? I kind of think that I'm starting to feel a lot more confident. I really, really am. Roberta Campbell, I don't like how they have the Christmas games on the Prime channel, I believe, is what it is. They should keep those games on major regular channels. What do you think about it? Roberta, I am 1,000% against any paid subscription service that you would need in order to watch a football game for the NFL. They make more than enough money than to be as greedy as they've become with that. I think that is what made football the best sport in this world, really, in my eyes. I know soccer's the number 1 sport in the world. It's played by more countries. But to me, the NFL is really something special. And that's what made it something special here in the United States. And that was Sundays, what did you do? You turned on the NFL. You watched it with your family. You didn't have all these crazy wonky games on different days. You didn't have subscription services. You knew when it was on. Everybody planned their week around it. And I think the NFL is just reaching their hand into that cookie jar a little bit too many times. Way too many times. And I think they need to stop with that. Slow their roll. I think it's ridiculous. No fan should have to pay extra to watch a football game, especially for your team. But one good thing is, Roberta, if you live in the local, and what I mean by local is that every team has a local viewing area. So there's a map, and the Steelers have a pretty big area that is considered their local team. If you are a local for that team, you will be able to see it. I'm not sure where you live, Roberta, but check. I believe the Steelers are probably your local. So you'll get the game on a regular channel. You won't have to watch it on Prime. You'll get it on the regular one. Beer Malls, the thing is there is a sweet spot zone for this to occur in between the goal line and the 20, I believe. Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me, Beer Malls, and I can't recite it off the top of my head. But yeah, something cattywampus like that. But I think it could definitely... Oh, D's Nuts got his ass. Sean said, get out of here. I'm just messing. Russ, no offense to anyone. Don't understand why every person doesn't hit the like button. Jason works hard for our enjoyment and very little money. Please hit the like and share. Yeah, I don't make... Dude, I'll be honest with you, and I know other people ain't going to be honest with you. I make a couple hundred. I've made a few hundred, in a month or something like that. And those are from views. So, I get 1,000 views. Every 1,000 views, I get so much money. But I do work my ass off, and I'm very appreciative of your comment, Russ. Thank you for noticing very much. I definitely appreciate you. And, guys, I just really enjoy talking to you guys. It ain't even about the money for me. I just enjoy doing this, and it brings me joy. So that's why I do it. And the money is a side effect. If that ends up being something that I get, cool. If not, we'll still do it. So thank you guys so much. And Russ, I thank you for that. Great show, like always. Thank you, man. I'm a fan of 54 years. This is the most excited I've ever been for a season. I'm pumped too, Russ, and I haven't been a fan as long as you. I've been a fan since I was a kid. I had a brief stint to where I was a Green Bay Packers fan, but I just like their colors, and I like their jacket that I had that some bum took off me, that stole out of my locker at school. But I guess they needed it more than me, so that was okay. As long as they were warm, that's all right. But anyway, I wasn't a fan of the team, but hey, I like their colors. But I've been a diehard Steeler fan since I was about 14, probably. Like diehard. Soon, Super Bowl will be pay-per-view. Well, I won't watch it, Russ. I could guarantee that. I think that would be a grave mistake. They have the most viewers. That would be horrible. If they did that, man, that would be so horrible. So horrible. That is like a national holiday, you know? The Super Bowl. D says it's not just the NFL. It's almost every corporation. You take good or God out of the system, everyone ends up greedy and out for themselves. Couldn't have said it better. Greed is what is killing this world, guys. Everybody worships something they shouldn't be worshiping, and that is the paper. That is the dollar. That is money. And I don't do that in my life. Yes, I've had lots of money. I've had no money. It doesn't matter to me. The only thing that matters to me is enjoyment, being a servant to my God, those types of things. That's what matters to me, especially later in my life. The older I get and the perspective that I get on things, money don't matter, and we do worship that a lot, and we need to get that out of our system a little bit and get back to what means something, Sleeping Lady, not everyone knows where to find the like in this short format. Click on the option top right on Android. Yeah, so there'll be certain ones, guys. There'll be 3 little dots up here in your right-hand corner. You hit that little 3 dots and you'll bring down the like box. You can hit that, or you could just click off the live chat and then hit the like also. It is very hard, Sleeping Lady. You are right. I'm going to have to make sure I know exactly how to do it for everyone so I can give like instructions and pin them in there, because I do need the likes. That's what helps me the most, guys. Likes help me the most. I do appreciate your super chats like Miss Pittsburgh tonight. Those are very much appreciated. I appreciate your memberships, everything, but your likes and your views, that's what means so much, especially growing this channel. I want to have this channel by the end of this season, the end of the 2024 season. I want us to have 10,000 subscribers, and I want this community to be big because I value you guys' opinion, your opinion, and I think that having more people in the conversation just continues to make it more and more fun, man. And yeah, you get some jackwagons here and there, but that's okay. You guys, it's just so fun to continue to talk football with you guys all the time. So let's just keep it going, man. Get it bigger and bigger. I live in Hershey, PA, 70 minutes from Baltimore, so they can. That's bullshit, Russ. You're in PA, bro. That's bullshit. I'm surprised that ain't the Eagles. Yeah, we don't want to, Sean, no doubt. Miss Pittsburgh, I thought that Christmas game is going to be on Netflix. I'm not sure. Thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate it, man. What's up, bro? I'm not sure exactly which one is on which. We'll break that down tomorrow on the live show. I'll look at them all. Roberta, unfortunately, I live in Northwest Indiana, so the Bears are my local. Oh, man. I have to have the YouTube TV service to watch the Steelers, which I do because I love our Steelers. I had the DirecTV the whole time. Yeah, I don't like to buy like that, the package. YouTube does have a good option, though. YouTube is pretty cool. If you're a premium member on YouTube also, guys, and you view our stuff, I'm a premium member and things. I think that's like extra. So premium members are definitely cool when you're watching. Like it like boosts us up a little bit, too. Nathaniel Sampson, did you hear that Pickett is doing better at training camp than Hurts? I can't judge anything off football in shorts, man, with no pass rush. It just doesn't tell me anything. You have no pass rush. You have no fear of getting hit until you're in a live game action and you have actual real pass rushers coming at you. Then you're going to see Pickett's happy feet. You're going to see his inability to stand in the pocket. You're going to see his inability to stand in there and make his correct reads and just continually go to the check down because he is fearing for his life, I seen it all last year. I seen it the year before. He doesn't have the guts to do it, and it's okay. He just doesn't have it. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, and I'm a firm believer in that. I don't think Kenny Mittens will outshine Jalen Hurts. When I was a kid, 4 major networks carried 2 games a day, so we had 8 games. That's cool. I like having a variety. I do watch a lot of other games other than the Steelers, too. But usually right after the Steeler game, I jump on with you guys for the live show. If you're new to the channel, guys, we are live after every Steeler game. Even if I go to the game, which didn't happen last year, while we were filming, but even if I go to the game, I will do a live show from outside of Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium. I will do our live show from there and do it the same way. I'll just be outside with a microphone. So, yeah. Beer Malls, yes, some weeks in Erie, they will throw on the Browns or the Bills. Erie, 90 minutes from Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Buffalo, my little S10 pickup with Steelers stickers on it out on the dashboard. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I thought about hitting these. Hey, drop the hammer, D. It's all right. Stay safe, Steelers family. All right, man. Hey, guys, if I didn't get to your comment, I'm sorry. I got to wrap it up. We've been going for about 70 minutes. I'll get to it. Make sure you put it back in tomorrow. Again, I'm sorry. I got to be honest with you guys, too. The comment sections in the regular videos, I do my absolute best to answer all of you. You know that. If you are a loyal listener here, you know that I do my absolute best to answer you all. I have to be honest with you guys, as of late, I'm getting so many over all of the videos. It's just not like that daily one that I get. I'm getting like, hundreds, thousands sometimes, and it is really, really hard to answer them all. But I will continue to try my absolute best because I think that's what you guys deserve. And I will continue to try to do that. And I just don't want you to be all like pissed off if I don't answer, because I definitely try my absolute best, though, to get to you guys. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. Again, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for everything, guys. Until tomorrow morning for our daily upload, I'm Jason. This is Steel City Live. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, peace. See you guys. Thank you so much.